Today I'm going to do the last picture in my book of organza flowers. We have a double sort of spread left, so I'm going to do something similar to this one. Got some of my rainbow organza here, which I'm thinking I will just cut a square of. And then we get some nice blue sky, sort of greens in the background, yellows going down to sort of brown. So that sort of sets the background. And then I would like to do a poppy field. So I've got this red, a scrap, different style. It's got a shine to it. Don't know if you can see that, but I think that will look nice. I'm going to layer up sort of a poppy field in the background, and then I think I might do some larger individual flowers coming towards the front. It does look very bright, but by the time we put it on the layer, I think it makes a good red. I'm just going to loosen the edges a little bit. And I'm not going to sew all the way to the edges, so this almost acts as a bit of a frame to the picture. I'm just going to randomly cut off some scrap pieces and try and build up the background a little bit rather than just having a straight line. I will also have a little look at what a straight line looks like, but I think this is the way to go. So if we just had a straight line, I think it would be too blanket red. Probably make these bits a bit smaller. And then we might have some almost petal shapes. Let's see what we can do. And build up a row at the front. Do want to leave some space for stalks. So I'm just going to use some basic threads in the colour, so we'll have blue across the top, greens going down the side to attach it. Then we will have some straight stitches just for the stalks. Then I'm going to give a hint of individual flowers with a red, probably not full petals, but maybe just some straight stitches. And of course the black centres of the poppy will be probably quite prominent. Let's give it a go. few different greens, just one for the sky, a couple of different reds and black, and we'll start with that. I'm going to do the haze of poppies in the background first, and we'll see, it might not need any bigger ones at the front. Probably put it in a frame, and I've got some rectangle snap frames which I haven't actually used that much, so I might get that out and try it. It's just easier so you don't get caught up in the other sides of the book, and I want this sewn on reasonably straight. And if I'm gathering it up in my hands as possible, I might just move it. I will also need a stand later for the French knots, or I might see if I can find some black beads as well for the centre of the poppies. So I've done one layer of organza with the red. I actually added in some pink, so you've got slightly different colour variations, and folded over a little bit of red in places to give a bit more depth of colour there. I think that looks quite nice as it is without any bigger ones, but we might do some bigger ones once we've got the green in place. So we want lots of nice stalks now. And then once I've done rows of stalks, I might just bring a bit more red over the top of the stalks. So it's about sort of layering it up. Once you're happy with it, stop. So I will do a few more flowers on the actual red, but I think it kind of gives the impression of a field full of red flowers anyway. So we just want to bring out the idea that they're poppies, which we will do with the little black centres. So I started with some light green with some of my attaching stitches. So we will do a few more of those. So we'll start to take the green a bit higher, and we will do some doubles. So we've got some sort of crossing over. And we do want it to look very busy with the green. You could use some whipped back stitch or some stem stitch for these kind of grasses, really, grasses and stems, but I think straight stitch looks fine on its own, and there is obviously sort of an ease, simplicity to straight stitch, but once you've built it up it does look quite dramatic. It doesn't need anything else. I do need to take the stitches higher, but I'm kind of gradually working towards that. And I will bring some of the red down a little bit as well. Just try and vary the length and try not to make them all finish and start in the same place. So most of the greens are now in place. We're going to do a tiny bit more red coming down, maybe up a little bit because it's quite a straight line there. A few more greens, and then we're really going to start working in some flower shapes. And the black is going to be very dramatic, so I don't know how that's going to look. Overlapping some greens, overlapping some of the other organza, and hopefully that gives it quite sort of a natural organic shape to it. So I think I'm going to leave the grasses and the red flowers as they are for now. And I do like it how it is. Sort of a great blaze of colour, but very soft sort of in the distance. So you could leave it like that, definitely. But we are going to add a little bit of black to make them more obviously poppies rather than other flowers. But this is quite bold, so I don't know what it's going to look like. And I was going to do some bigger poppies down here, but I think actually we'll do the black spots nearer the front, and then towards the back you won't see them. Just going to do 2 strands French knot. If you don't like doing French knot, you could just do a straight stitch, like a small seed stitch. So most of the flowers, I left a little gap in the middle ready for an extra stitch. I don't think we will need many. It's just to give an idea of the poppy. I don't want them all in a line either. You might need two in some places, or just a bigger, looser knot. Do one up here. That's a bit big. It's quite hard to pull it tight when I'm holding onto the frame, so we'll just pull that in with a little extra stitch. There we go. How do we want to do it? Here is the finished piece. I did sort of large black French knots near the front, and then just tiny little seed stitches in some of the back flowers as well. Kind of came out from the frame of the picture, just to give it a really soft edge. And I think that's really pretty poppy field. And that is the end of all the organza work I've been doing in this book, so please check out the other videos if you are interested in working with organza, and I'm sure it is something I will revisit in the future.